+1718.
No, not now. Yes. So, we have been understanding the mind automatically, habitually, subconsciously brings those thoughts of ignorance, impurities from the back door. Back door means that I don't know it, and it comes. I don't know when I become angry, when I will get agitated, but Eastern wisdom says it is based on your past impression, your sanskaras, your vasanas. So, where to start? When we start with the Upanishad, Upanishad appears perfectly normal. What they say, what is real is all pervading, permanent, eternal, beyond time, beyond cause and effect. We don't understand it. It is very simple. So that is why we pick up these texts which has a structured layer of understanding, and that is why we are studying 40 steps of the sadhana panchakam. Sadhana, there are two words, sadhan and sadhana. Sadhan means instrument. Sadhana means means. Sadhana means action part, what I have to do. Listening, learning, contemplation, reflection. Sadhan means tools, pattern. So why we have picked up this text? You already have a wall hanging. I could see on the wall. So you see, when you look on the back of the wall hanging, it's very simple. It's a rough surface. Nothing important is there. But on the front of that wall hanging, there are different patterns and different colors. So that pattern and colors is 40 steps of sadhana panchakam. And what is the back of it? They are teachings in the Upanishad. But if you don't have a back, you cannot create those patterns. Those patterns depends on the back of it. That is what, it happens in wall hanging and tapestry. In tapestry, all the threads are there, but no visible pattern on the back. But in the front of the carpet, even if you see the carpet, you have different design and colors and pattern. We like it, we buy it. That is why this is a 40-step organized structure, has a different pattern. So we have to follow this pattern in order to reach to the higher state. And that is why these texts are written by our great masters, enlightened masters, who have understood the entire journey of the Eastern wisdom of self-discovery. One thing more, very important. Now you are clear about it, but I am repeating so that you will keep in the mind. So that pattern outside also represents your personal, professional, social, family, business life. What we want different colors in the business life. We should succeed and thrive and drive, and we should in the family life, in the professional life, and also in the spiritual life. These principles will also help your personal, professional, social life. We close our mind. No, this is spirituality and this is my personal life. No, the spiritual life is always present. Consciousness is always present in your personal life, in your family life, in your business life. Consciousness filtered by the mind becomes the business life. Consciousness filtered by the mind becomes your personal life, but the consciousness is always present. So it means these principles will also help you to succeed, to thrive, to drive even your professional and business life. You apply these principles. Karma Yoga. You are doing the business, as if, I'm doing the Karma Yoga. Finished. So you save yourself from unnecessary stress and anxiety, duality. Your mind is hooked to the profit only, and the profit is amplified in my mind. But I don't see the exact project, the outer conditions, and I fail, and I see I failed. Then I am disturbed. You don't amplify. Why? Back of it is the consciousness. Back of that wall hanging or carpet is just very simple. So the Upanishad teachings to the life is very simple. We made it complex. Why don't you recognize those patterns? That is what is our sadhana panchakam is. So it helps us to move from seeking to being. I have to seek. Seeking means desire. Desire here means twofold. You apply the viveka. Yes, it is a binding desire or unbinding desire. So the first viveka number 1. What is viveka number 1? What is the goal of my life? Self-discovery, awakening, self-knowledge, self-realization. So should I leave the aims in my life? No. What are the aims in my life? My personal life, my professional life, my social life? No. I introduce aim of life in living a personal life. That is aim in life. Viveka number 1. What is Viveka number 1? I should clearly understand Purushartha. What is Purushartha? 4 goals of every human life. We discussed about it, classify. You can classify all your desires into 4 categories. Do you want happiness? Yes. Do you want permanent happiness? Yes. So keep your mind focused on permanent happiness. That is the spiritual element. While short-term happiness in the personal, professional, social life, minus attachment, minus binding desire, nitya karma. Majority of the people feel, now I have understood, I should not seek the pleasure, I will go to the Himalayas, I will sit there, and after a year I'll be frustrated. I have done the fasting, I was standing on the one leg, nothing happened. There is nothing in the Eastern Western. I have a blind eye. We don't have any account of history of the Buddha ever lived in the Himalayas. He lived only in the plain. Ramakrishna, Paramahans, Vivekananda. But our mind instantly goes, let there be a retreat. I will go for a retreat. How many days? 7 days. So you have paid the money and then you ask, will there be a Wi-Fi there? Can I connect to the phone? Better to stay home. Better to stay home. You are not looking for a spiritual life. So will I get a mattress, because I cannot sleep well? If there is a sleep mattress, sleep foam. So here in US, we get a sleep foam, which costs you $1,200. Otherwise, any sleep mattress which costs you hardly $200 or $300. Will I be able to get a cup of tea every day in the morning? You are going for a retreat. Retreat. Entire life should go under a retreat. Treat again, different way. We have to. So that is why the Master gives clear understanding that these sadhana panchakam has to be clearly understood each and every step, so that you can manage your mental well-being, physical well-being, emotional well-being, which will help your professional life, which will also help your spiritual life. So we should not separate. I am living a spiritual life. No, I should not separate. There is no separation as such. I create a separation. So who creates the separation? My rigid seeker. Who is the rigid seeker? It is the very soft ego. It plays with you. And when it plays with you, then the journey becomes very longer, very long. It takes long time. You are in a desert like Arizona, you are thirsty, you see water, but it is just a mirage. You run faster, you only exhaust yourself. Eastern wisdom helps you. Oh, I will be happy if I have $10 million in my account. It is a mirage. It doesn't mean that you are not working. You are not working to get happiness. Permanent happiness is within me. That recognition is required. When? All the time. Every day. Every moment. You study hard for your examination. Take an example. Hoping a perfect score will prove your worth. I will be worthy among my friends. If I have a Mercedes, I will be worthy among my friends. Same thing. But when you get it, the feeling fades fast. We have experienced it millions of times during our lifetime of 40 or 50 years. What happens? The mind takes over the intellect. What the Eastern wisdom says, Viveka should take over the mind. Mind, don't get in a haste, don't be exhausted, don't react. Everything will fall into the right place. You become a seeker all the time. That needs to be applied in your life all the time. There are many types of mirages. If I'm speaking right English, or mirage. Mirage seems to be plural. So achievement mirage is also there. I have a false notion. If I achieve 1, 2, 3, I will be happy. In achievement, there is no happiness, there is no peace. But should I not achieve in the personal, professional, social, family life? Yes. Should I not cover the distance from home to office and office to home? Yes. Converting that into the nitya karma. How? Just intellect. Let the intellect think of it and do it. Should I tell you an interesting thing I was telling in the previous session? Swami Ram Tirth. You study, we know J. Krishnamurti, we know U.G. Krishnamurti. Fortunately, I met U.G. Krishnamurti. I spent a couple of months with him. We know Nisarg Dutt Maharaj, we know Ashtavakra Gita. But, these great and greatest masters, they don't look for their recognition. Swami Ram Tirth. There are many Swamis by the name Rama, but he is Swami Ram Tirth, exact name. My master used to say that in the previous birth I was Swami Ram Tirth and in this birth I am Swami Lakshman. He always used to say. So in the previous birth he was a great mathematician. He had a photogenic memory, but he was a great enlightened master also. He visited United States in 1903 or 4, something like this. Roosevelt was the president, Franklin Roosevelt. He is the only president who served 4 terms. Otherwise, no president served 4 terms in the United States. Swami Ram Tirth, I would rephrase it. Roosevelt had a chance to meet Swami Ram Tirth. Normally people say Swami Ram Tirth was introduced to Roosevelt because in society president is always higher and bigger. Now I heard that you have seen God. Can you help me find the God? Ram Tirth said yes. Give me your home address. I will send the God to you. What a great answer. When I read it and I said, oh, he is a genius. Not only genius, when you are enlightened, so you talk like this. White House. White House is a temporary home. After 4 years, you have to leave it. Give me the address of your permanent home. My ancestral home. Before you lived, before you were born, your parents were living. Where is your real home? Give me the address of real home. I know. You might be thinking, you see that? Real home is your real self. You have to go within yourself to find the God. So I don't know what transpired. So perhaps Swami Ram Tirth brought him from the White House to ancestral home, to his body, to his mind, to his 3 bodies and Panch Kosha, and ultimately he said, this is your real home. We have to understand these languages and phrases. That is what we have understood. We discussed briefly last session that seeker number 1 is a unconscious reactor. That is what we did in meditation also. In daily life also. The seeker number one, your intellect starts the journey, it takes over the mind, and then the intellect slips. Why? The mind has a desire, and then the intellect and the mind starts chasing that desire. There is a sense of forgetfulness, and you fall into ignorance. That is the seeker. That is the seeker unconscious reactor. Why? Because every notification present in the mind, I feel it right. I just as a phone budge. Okay, let it be there. So I'm aware of it, but I'm not going to pick up. Finish. You take everything personally. Your emotion controls your decisions, and then we enter into an emotional drama. That is the first level of a seeker. I have to get rid of it. How? By thinking first, and then by applying these 40 steps. We have studied once, but we are going to study totally in a different way. Then you bypass your second level of a seeker who bypasses the spiritual field. Why it passes the spiritual field? Because it has this very subtle ego. After all, I'm doing it. I'm focused on it. Why don't I get it? So I want to repeat the same experience again and again. I created a kind of blind belief. If I see a blue color, then it means that I am very near to the God. If I see the red color, then I am too far from the God. I created my rigidity. I become a rigid seeker. And then we asked, no, I have to get rid of this mind. Why? Why? Whatever you see, whatever you have seen, experienced, belongs to the material world. What you cannot see is the real self. I have to transcend the mind. It is subjective area. It is seer. So if the seeker remembers this experience, this rigidity, let me bypass it. That is the practice of meditation we did last time. I have to remember this in meditation. So that is the summary of what we have been doing. There is a direct perception. We discussed about this in the last two sessions. The perfect direct perception by the sense organs. Mind labels it desirable. This guy failed third time with a cute and beautiful girl. And this time I was so tough on him. I said, you get lost. I don't want to coach you. It is enough. You claim that you understand and still you don't understand. Oh, it may be because the law of karma. I said, where you were when the law of karma was forcing you. No. I have to use my viveka. If I don't use my viveka, attachment will take over. My direct perception will cheat me, will cause the attachment. Then there is a mental looping. We already did it. Expectations, intellectual paralysis. Then I take a compulsive action. Then I say my mind is not helping me to meditate. My mind is not helping you to meditate. I said, again you are speaking wrong. Again you are making me crazy. You control the mind or mind controls you. I expressed that I'm very upset with him. So that he should change the habit formation. And that is what happens. That is what happens. So that is why we have these 40 steps. To understand clearly, that is why we have. I like to eat pasta. Master asked the question, after all, why do you care so much about what you like? You have taken care of what you like in the past, and now you don't like it. Why do I care so much about my likes? Intellect is asking you, why do I care so much about my dislikes? I hate you, honey. Now is the time to do. Why do I care so much about my dislikes? Why do I care so much about likes? If you don't question this, it will not. Mind will continue to dictate you. And as long as the mind will continue to dictate, it falls under seeker number 1 or 2. We will never move into the seeker number 3. Seeker number 1 and 2 will follow all these 40 steps. We don't reach anywhere. Did you get it? So, I have to move from a thinking to non-thinking. What do you mean? I like pasta, so am I not thinking? Yes, you are thinking. I have to think in line with the Eastern wisdom. I have not to allow my mind to think along with automatic survival, impulsive thinking, habitual thinking. That is the process of contemplation. So when I contemplate and reflect, the life is going to change from the how can I use the world outside without getting used by it. Answer that. I like it, so hence I follow it. Hence I am attached. That is my normal life. Why should I be attached? Do I ask the question? Did you inquire about it? When someone pays you the money, you count every note. It is right or wrong. Oh, it's a correct figure. Yes. And the life gives you the attachment. Oh, yeah, it is giving me the attachment. I don't inquire about it. No, I have to inquire. I have to inquire. Every part of my personal profession. Oh, it means then it is better to go to the Himalayas. That's a rigid ego. You can play your role and become a spiritual seeker in the very world that you live in.
But we create attachment. We're trying to make our life full, like Purna, complete.
Yes, question first. Can attachment make my life full? Question. We have taken, since our birth, I have taken for granted that I am the body. I have to question it. I have taken attachment for granted. I have to question it. I have taken detachment for granted. I have to question it. We are not saying anything new. We are saying, why don't you question your attachment, your likes, your dislikes? So when you question your likes and dislikes, your attachment and detachment, your craving, you realize you are searching water in the mirage. Your mind calms down immediately. But two things. We have vasanas, past impressions. It has twofold. One group is very good, positive vasana. That is why we are learning. That is why you are learning. That is why you don't want to leave the journey. But that attitude, that vasana has to be increased. You have to make it permanent. You have to make it more clear. Then we understand how to drop the attachment, how to drop the likes, because I have to question everything. I have to question, and I said, never pick up any Shanti mantra which I say Mangalacharan. Every master has written Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Now use the intellect to its ultimate cause. How? May there be happiness for all. Okay, mind? Why you are saying this? Because happiness is present in all the beings. Is that so? Yes. So when happiness is present in all the human beings, for example, it means happiness is present in 9 billion people. It means that happiness, so there are 9 billion happiness. Now you're asking the intellect. You're clarifying. No, happiness is only one. When happiness is everywhere in all the beings, at all the time, in all the location, it is only one. So I have to find something like this. That is me. That is what we say. As a seeker, you start the journey, you say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happier, I'm happiest. What is awakening? I am happiness. I'm happy, happier, happiest. Okay. You are still a seeker. I am happiness. You have reached it. This is what we are saying. I am in peace. I got peace. I feel very calm. I have a good experience. Very good, very good, very good, very good. I am peace. Finished. So I have to find out the knots. I have to find how to connect these dots. 40 steps helps you to connect these dots. Every dot is very well connected. I'm just making your mind clear that if you live in these 40 steps, we can reach to that state. There is another process going on inside when we follow the journey of the Eastern wisdom. The Tamoguna and the Rajoguna are getting minimized. There is a reduction constantly. It is required, but still it remains very at the minimum level. Satoguna rises. So the consciousness plus Satoguna is known as the Ishwar, innermost self. I told you before. Consciousness plus Satoguna is Shiva, is Krishna, is Durga in the manifested form. So final goal is that we are increasing step by step. We are asking the Satoguna to be dominated in my life. Should I tell you that when it dominates your entire life, what happens? You have a time management. You have a stress management. You have a sleep management. You have your own sadhana going on regularly without fail. You don't miss any day. You take care of your attachment and detachment duo. Oh, I'm attached. Yes, I'm attached. But internally you are attached to the higher consciousness, to the Shiva and the Krishna. You don't destroy what is temporary, you stay away a little far from what is temporary. Because if you destroy what is temporary, it is the death of the body. That is what is known as vairagya. That is known as dispassion. This passion is not that, I will not eat the food. How long? Not eat the food. I will become a great master by fasting. You will die. You stay away a little far from from very attachment. The food is in presence of you. I'm just, taking you to a little higher level. Think of this. That is what. Are you attached to your laptop? No. It's there. It helps me to listen and do all the necessary stuff. So I continue to keep that laptop little further from me. But I still use it. So we use the Rajoguna, we use the Tamaguna. That is the message of these 40 steps. That needs to be clearly understood. So the clarity comes through that viveka. Viveka means the right thinking, intellectual thinking plus experience. Normal thinking always means, it may be, it changes in degree. It may be 5 degree or 100 degree. When it is 100 degree, I recognize that I'm deeply attached and I'm craving for something outside. But when I simply think, I'm still thinking, it is automatic, it is based on attachment and detachment, it is based on likes and dislikes, it is based on my delusion. Viveka thinking on the same way. You are using the same language, A to G, same alphabets, but this thinking in line with the principle. 4 Purushartha, first level of Viveka, Purushartha, 4 goals. We discussed that in a different way. I discussed basic fundamental. What is that principle? Do you remember 4 connections? Qualified seeker, subject matter means what is the goal of life, what is the result, and connect all the 3. Connect your qualified seeker to the goal, qualified seeker to the result, seeker to the, goal to the result, and all these are explained. So here, today I am saying it, that is simply the Viveka number 1. 4 goals in life, we are living the worldly life, so personal, dharma, kama, artha. Artha means wealth, kama means all kinds of pleasures, recognizing their short-term pleasures, and dharma, self-disciplined life, self-regulated life. 4th goal, moksha, freedom, awakening. So that is the goal of my life. These 3 are goals in life. I will use the 3 kinds of goals in life to help me elevate my consciousness to evolve. That is the first level of Viveka. It means, am I earning even for the sake of self-discovery? Yes. How can you say that? You are performing excellently in your business minus ego. You are doing a karma yoga in your business life. It becomes the nitya and the nimitya. But I have to recognize it inside. It has not to be taken for granted. Binding desire. What is binding desire? Now you are very much clear. That thing becomes a sensual object. In Sanskrit it is known as Vishaya. Vishaya means the poisonous. Oh, so I'm attached to my honey, she is a poison to me. She appears poison to you in your mind. You created a poison in you. That object is the same. That honey is still the same. That I have to contemplate and reflect again and again. Otherwise, you are responsible for all my failures. You created all the hell in my life. I'm going to leave you. No. Vishaya means I colored that thing. Coloring appears a poisonous object for me. One side of understanding, other side is that I am attached, I am craving, I dislike, I want to fight, I am reacting. Viveka is required. 99% I have to apply my thinking with Viveka in line with the Eastern wisdom, normal thinking, subconscious, automatic, impulsive thinking. What will happen? First step of mindfulness is already achieved. How come? Because now you have separated seer from the seen, knower from the known, the subject from the word. It will happen on this. First 11 steps does this. Now because I have understood it, so I have to apply intellectually to see whether it happens or not. By 50 steps, it happens. By 50 steps, it happens. Again, I'm reminding you. Be very clear. We are also, I think we did a Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. Do you remember? Listening and learning, contemplation, reflection, then the right reasoning, Yukti. Anubhuti, direct experience. So Viveka is a right reasoning plus direct experience. How can you say you are teaching us theoretically? Go to the beach. Do you see the waves? Yes. Do you also see the water? Yes. Do you see the water and the waves? Yes. Previously, you were only seeing the waves, not the water. The water is still present there, but now you see the water plus waves. So it is an intellectual right reasoning plus direct experience is Viveka. Finished. Are you getting it?
Intellectually, yes.
Again, intellectually, yes. Again, intellectually, yes. What do you mean? Do you go to the beach? Yes.
I mean that when I see you, but logically I can get that you are consciousness and I am consciousness and we are one.
Okay, can you
But
see the consciousness in me?
See it by eyes.
Can you see consciousness?
No.
Through the senses and the mind, can you see the consciousness?
No.
So this beer guy plus consciousness, can I recognize it here and now? But if you say that I have only understand intellectually, I will sit down and then I will experience it, then you are crazy. You see, without consciousness, there is no expression and movement, and a message is passed on. That all proves that consciousness plus this beard guy. It is present here and now. Pay attention to Viveka means this. Intellectual understanding plus experiential understanding. Both are together. Otherwise, go back. It is easy to, you have to analyze and put logic on what? What is my theoretical understanding and what is practical understanding?
Theoretical is I know how to do it. Practically, I able to do it.
Here, the question, we are not answering how to do it. Here the question is, do you put logic? Do you understand? Is that understanding is a knowledge? Yes. When? Here and now. Direct experience. In science, how to do it? How to work on a smartphone? We talk of the processes and the method. How? Here we are saying we are putting the right reasoning. Do you see the wall? Yes. How can you see the wall? Space is there in between. Without space, I cannot see the wall. Do I experience that? Yes, I experience. If I say that is only a theoretical understanding, and then I will apply the process. Which process you will apply? To experience the space, to see the wall. That is too much. We have to train, educate our intellect and the mind. Honey. Yes, what I see, honey. Is my honey is a physical being which I address, you are my honey? Do I address my honey as a mental being? Or do I address my honey as a real self? Tell me which one. It is, we are putting a right logic in line with the Eastern wisdom, and then we see here is an experience. Here is an experience of the water, present in all the waves. Water is an essence. All the homes, the space is in essence. Knowledge, consciousness is in essence. Without consciousness, I cannot have a knowledge. Now tell me, which process you should apply to experience? I will sit down and then with my eyes closed, I will experience the space, and then I will create an imaginary wall, and now I experience there is a space between me and the wall. Now I experience.
But Guru, it means knowledge.
Huh? What?
Guru, it means knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge, it means that consciousness manifested through this body without aging and purity.
Yes. Can I see the knowledge minus the instruments which is expressing the knowledge?
No.
That is what Buddha talked about, emptiness and nothingness. Let me say it again in a different way. You go to the beach, there is no disturbance. The water is perfectly still, silent, calmness. You see the horizon. Is water absent?
It's present.
How can you say that knowledge is absent? Our mind is going back again and again, it picks up the object. No, let me pick up the object, then only I can understand it. My mind is totally dominated, dictated by the objective reality. That is the problem. You are stuck only a little bit. You have understood it, but again, you have to understand little deeper. There is nothingness where? Pay attention. There is nothingness in my mind. So the time comes, even when I say nothingness in the mind is also not there. There is a nothingness. Who recognizes it? I am. Who is this I am? That is what the real self is. In the absence of everything, I am still present. In the absence of deep sleep means mind is almost in the objectless state. When I wake up, I remember I was present. I had a sound sleep. That consciousness recognizes that I was, so that I was referring to the body and the mind. Now, what process, what method, what tool you apply to recognize it? It is self-evident. I'm a little bit deviating for the last few minutes. Self-evident does not need any instrument to recognize itself. What is self-evident? We say self-evident, we also use self-luminous, we also use self-existent. So how to understand that? We give the metaphor of sun. Sun is there? Yes. Do I need a candle to see the sun? No. I see the sun in the presence of the sunlight. I see the sun in the presence of the sunlight. Consciousness, real self is pure consciousness. It is the light of awareness of the real self recognizes that I am the real self. I don't need any mind. I don't need any way. Don't say I understand intellectually. Yes, you can say I understand intellectually, but you have to contemplate, reflect how the sun recognizes. Sun knows the sun by its own light. Consciousness knows I am consciousness through its awareness. Awareness is nothing but the consciousness. That is subjective reality. So do you still say, I understand intellectually? Yes. So now I understand intellectually how to make it 40 steps.
Yeah. But understanding it process in the mind.
Yes.
And understanding is already secondary function of consciousness.
Yes.
So it's already not meet reality because it's already past.
Yes.
Understanding always past.
Yes. I said yes, agreed to all of what you said. So Eastern wisdom says, ask the question to your intellect. Why it is that you have understood intellectually, why you have not experienced it here and now. Why I did not experience this is only a girl being cute, and what he said, cute and beautiful, yes. Cute and beautiful is a label amplification. that amplification prevents me to recognize that girl in its real nature. Am I right? We are just doing here and now. So the craving is because of the label. Am I right? I need not to practice it later. Understanding is also there and experience. And so I feel a craving for her. So do you recognize and experience craving is equal to delusion plus label plus attachment? Where they live in my mind. What happens? Can I see the girl as it is? But she's always present. She's always present. Only uncovering is required. Now tell me, which practice you need to uncover this label?
Only contemplation.
You're getting there. If there is a Muslim girl, she has put a black scarf, then you can go and remove it. But here, that ignorance and delusion is present here. It is not present there. When it is present there, you need a practice. Another point. When it is present here, there is no end to this problem. If the black scarf is present in your mind and you see the black scarf is present in the girl, then there is no end to the suffering. Did you get some feel of what exactly the deeper level of viveka is? Normal perception. So normal perception is also ignorance. Oh, she's a girl and I'm a boy. Really? Reference point is the physical body. Behind that, mind is the same, real self is the same. Oh, okay. You see that, see the point. Even the normal perception. That is why we say viveka has to do the right thinking in line with the principles of Eastern wisdom. Now, sensual perception. Where it is located? Is it located outside? Oh, you are very sexy. No, your mind and eyes are sexy. Crazy guy. No one is sexy. Your perception is sexy. Mental looping, it is in the mind. You are seeking happiness outside. Who is seeking happiness outside? Mind. Mind is dominating, delusion. I experience anxiety. Why I experience anxiety? Because you did not fulfill my expectations, which you don't know. Now see, which you don't know. But I have a lot of expectations from you and you do not fulfill my expectations. So I am frustrated. So next time you meet me, and then I'm angry and agitated. And then you say, what happened to this guy? You did not meet my expectations. So you asked me to be present in a session to meet your expectation? Did you tell me? No, I didn't tell you, but it is obvious. Why it is obvious? That is what the ignorance is. That is what the impurity is. That is what the distraction is. That is what the seeker number 1 and 2 is. Again, you have to ask that, do I need to remove that label of cute and beautiful and a sensual girl or a sensual boy, which is present outside or it is present in me. That is what I call the intellectual paralysis. My intellect is paralyzed. And that causes the endless